The Seahawks suffered their second loss of the season, falling 44-34 on the road to the AFC East leading Buffalo Bills. Jackie Montgomery with your Week 9 game recap. Well, the Seahawks started slow on both sides of the ball, trailing by as much as 17 points throughout the game. Despite their effort, the Seahawks were unable to overcome the deficit, falling 44-34 to the Buffalo Bills.
Well, what I would tell you is I don't recognize that game. We haven't seen us look like that, and it's a game that I don't have any place in my brain for it. We got a lot of season left. This is the game at the halfway point. Really disappointed that we finished. Whenever we finish anything and we didn't finish it right, it doesn't feel right. And so we got to get back to work and get going. We go right back into the division and all of that, and we have to bounce and get back on track. And so we'll see if we can pull that off.
One bright spot was a Seahawks pass rush that came alive. Coming into the game, they had only 12 sacks on the season, but Sunday afternoon in Buffalo, they recorded 7 sacks and 10 quarterback hits. That said, Bills quarterback Josh Allen seemed unfazed, completing 31 of his 38 passes for 415 yards and 3 touchdowns.
We just gave them a lot of easy stuff, and after a while, when we had to change the way we were playing, then we did, and we got after the quarterback pretty well, but it wasn't enough. He did a really nice job, being resourceful, moving around and making plays. He made in the first half. It seemed like every time he moved, he made something happen, made a first down, which we'd seen him do, and all. We didn't disrupt him anywhere near like we needed to. So what gives me hope is that we're going to get better, and we're going to do better, and. There's a lot of guys that played for the first time together, and so we got to see if we can improve ourselves in a lot of ways.
Recently acquired defensive end Carlos Dunlap started his first game with the Seahawks, and star safety Jamal Adams played in his first game since suffering an injury back in Week 3. Both players were heavily involved in the game. Combined, they finished with 10 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, and 5 quarterback hits.
Both guys played really hard. I don't know. I can't tell you yet until I watch the film. On Carlos, there was some bright spots in there. He played a lot of football today, and so did Jamal. And that's a lot of plays for Jamal to play, and after four weeks off and all that. So see how he bounces back next week. He was very aggressive, and he was getting after it like he does and like he knows how to. And we just need to make it all come together much better than that.
Obviously, we started slower than we wanted, but we made our adjustments. Got back to what we do best, and you started seeing all of the great players on the team making plays. We just can't start slow like that.
We're filling each other out as far as knowing what we can do, the good things that we can do, and there's always pros and cons with everything. So we just got to continue to get better, continue to learn our teammates, and continue to gel this defense. We'll be fine. Obviously it's frustrating. Not coming out with a win and, obviously having a lot of mistakes on the field, including myself. But we just got to be better, and we will be better.
After a slow start, the offense was able to get going in the second half. The team finished with 419 total yards. Russell Wilson completed 28 of his 41 passes for 390 yards and 2 touchdowns. DK Metcalf led the team in receiving yards with 108 on 7 catches and a touchdown.
We battled. I think that we just got to be cleaner. We got to be cleaner. We still had a great chance to win the game, despite that it wasn't our best game. Obviously, we scored a lot of points. We did a lot of good things in that sense, but we also did some bad things. So we just got to eliminate those things, and I think stay focused on the mission. The reality is Seattle Seahawks are 6-2, and we're still in a good position to driver's seat to just still continue to win and continue to lead and just. Try to find a way to make something special happen.
The Seahawks offensive line and pass protection has been a key part of the team's success throughout the season, but the Bills defense found a way to get after Russell Wilson. He was sacked a season high 5 times and hit 11.
They did pressure effectively. They were willing to get after it and take their shots at us. We didn't pick some stuff up. We misplayed a couple things. We needed to get the ball out a couple times. There's a whole variety with that many shots. There's a whole variety of things that we could have done better. We were playing from behind the whole time, and they took advantage of it.
The Seahawks stressed winning the turnover battle on Sunday. That was not the case. The constant pressure on Russell Wilson resulted in 4 turnovers by the QB. He threw 2 interceptions, including 1 in the end zone, along with 2 fumbles, and the Bills were able to turn each of those turnovers into points.
if we turn the ball over 4 times, it's going to be a hard day. And I don't know what the scores were, but I think they scored every time we turned it over, and that just adds to a day when you're already struggling a little bit, and that's enough to make a game look like that. So we didn't play well together today, and we have to. And what we do know is that there's a long season. We're at the halfway point. We have a lot of football ahead of us, and we have a lot of stuff that we can do well, and we need to keep emphasizing that stuff and clean up the other stuff. We're going to hang together. We're going to point the finger. We're not going to be calling anybody out. We're going to stay together, stay tight, and turn it back around again. You do this 1 week at a time, and we got to bounce back this week. It's the Rams this week, and we got to get cranked up to go get that done, and we'll turn our focus to it as soon as we get on the plane.
Well, the Seahawks fall to 6-2 on the season. Up next, they head out on the road once again to take on the LA Rams in Week 10 action.